Hello, welcome to Aries Dragon Fae Witch Tarot. I'm Danielle, and I'm going to be doing a basic reading for the collective energies of everyone for July 9th, 2020. Sorry for the setup. If you do watch my other videos, it's not my usual setup, and I haven't had videos out for quite some time due to technical difficulties with camera equipment and whatnot. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with some sage and cleanse the area, make it a safe place. Cleanse the energies right now of all negative energy. Set positive intentions for this reading and to allow messages to come through clearly and accurately for you guys watching. Next, I'm going to use the singing bowl also to cleanse the area. Okay, so the energy is now cleared. This is now good to go. I'm going to start with my Listen for Joy Oracle cards. I do use Tarot and Oracle for those of you who haven't watched any of my videos. I use Tarot cards. I use Oracle cards. I cast charms and runes, and I also use the pendulum to help me with questions that I have. So yeah, let me start with my Listen for Joy cards by Melanie Widener. They're just pictures. I use them like oracle cards, and they help me pick up on the energies for the collective consciousness. So I'm going to shuffle these, and I will read them out of the book, the meanings of the cards as well, because not only the pictures help me pick up on the energies, the meanings fit quite well. So let's go ahead and split the deck. And pull the top 3 cards. This is your first card. Second card. Also, don't mind my nails. I know they're atrocious looking right now. I just wasn't worried about the setup. This is just temporary. And the third card. Okay, so first card. Sorry, I apologize. You couldn't see the page number. The first card is 35. which is tenacity, to stay steady and determined in a worthy struggle, to believe we can do it, to endure the long work of healing, justice, and transformation, persevering through a challenge with smart effort, training our focus on what matters, pursuing life for ourselves and our communities. Which fits quite well right now, considering everything going on in the world, the coronavirus and everything. There's this card, 29. To reveal, to notice and be curious about the many ways we cover and uncover who we are, to affirm the balance between outer sharing and inner solitude, choosing a healthy self-regard that supports good boundaries alongside openness and intimacy, making wise decisions about when to disclose and when to conceal or keep silent. And then the third card, 40, is yes, to muster the courage to say yes, to take healthy risk, to get curious, to stretch our beliefs about who we are and what we can do. Greeting each day with a light heart and a positive attitude, doing our best when we feel shaky, standing our ground in darkness, believing the light will return. Okay. Next, I'm going to be using my Oracle of Dragonfey cards by Lucy Cavendish. Same thing, I'm going to shuffle the cards, cut the deck, split the deck, and pull the top 3 cards. And they will be the fairy guides, the Dragonfey that want to reach out to you right now. Give you a little insight. Okay, first we have Morgaine, take action. Then we have Grandmother Magics, I comfort you. Then we have the Listener, Sacred Silence. Now I will read a little bit out of the book as well. For these cards, they're very detailed in describing each Dragonfey and what they're about. I'm just going to read the divinatory meanings for right now. So the first card, Morgaine, take action. Number 22. A turning point in your life demands action on your behalf, and backing down or avoidance is not the answer. The Morgaine calls on you to take action and to face your fears. This way, your transformation will be one which gives you great strength and wisdom. Feeling frightened, alone, and hesitant will only lead you astray. Follow her guidance, know that she will walk forward with you and assist you in uncovering strengths you never believed you had. Draw strong boundaries and claim your space. She can signify transitions and rites of passage, birth, death, physical change. Spirit connections with loved ones who have passed away may also be indicated by the Morgaine, or Morgan. I can never say it right, I'm sorry. You can say it either way, I guess. Okay, so face trouble rather than turning away. Confront injustice and change the rules by which you have felt bound Break free from stagnating jobs and pursuits, relationships that offer no life source. Cross over into a more spiritual path and learn to work with your strength and your own ability to create deep change. Losing fear of your own power. Invoking natural laws, knowing you have been acting in integrity. Mediumship. Okay, the next card, Grandmother Magics, number 5. So obviously the grandmother magic, some of you may have a passed on grandmother or great-grandmother that is surrounding you right now, and they're wanting you to know that they do comfort you and they are there for you. But the divinatory meanings out of the book for grandmother magics are, there are many untruths about growing older. Growing older does not mean forsaking your beauty or your vitality, your sexuality, or your energy. It doesn't mean being there for those who are younger than yourself and stepping into the shoes of a mentor without losing your identity. It's time to grow up when she appears, and she will assist you in growing through this stage. She appears as a menarche, and at menopause, so she is a blood grandmother too, and teaches us the wisdom of the body's cycles and of living with them in joy and harmony rather than shame and fear. Respect your cycles, understand more about your body and its needs and functions. Treat every function of your body with love and respect. Unearth and dissolve negative conditioning about bodily functions, and know that grandmother magics will reteach you that there is what there is to know and learn about your body, sex, sexuality, and fertility, so you can pass it on with love and wisdom. There will be no more shame about the physical body and your bloodline. She heralds a new beginning of empowerment. Growing older, you can still be beautiful, vital, desirable, and powerful. Do not fall victim to the false lies of the cultural hypnosis that tell you that to be older is not desirable. To be an ancient, a grandmother, is to be wise, and there is no better thing. Okay, then we have the Sacred Listener, 21. So, it's basically about staying in tune and making sure that you have enough time and to just take a minute and just listen and go out into silence and get out of the everyday craziness world for a little bit and sit in silence and look within. But I will read the divinatory meanings. A time for peace and quiet, literally finding a quiet space, softening noise. There could be increased noise sensitivity at this time, finding that it is hard to contemplate or think of what needs to be happening, or hard to decide of the best course of action for you due to interruptions and almost constant demands and distractions. One thing after another may be demanding your time and your desire for a peaceful time out, for contemplation may seem an impossible dream. Meditation, taking part in retreats and soul excursions, and therapy are recommended, but it is a space you create in which to commune with your own soul self that is of great import at this time. Soothing music, meditation CDs, and natural sounds of the elements would be very healing. A need to withdraw from the noise and volume around you, seek out quiet space and time in which to actively hear the messages of your own spirit. Okay. Now, I do apologize because I know you guys aren't going to be able to see all the cards laying down with the way the camera's set up, so next time will be better, next video. Next, I'm going to use the Archangel Power Tarot cards by Radley and Valentine. Radley Valentine. Do the same thing. Shuffle, cut the deck, and pick the top 3. And see what angels, archangels have to come out to you about or guidance that they have for you. Okay, we have Queen of Michael. Brilliant, self-reliant, insightful, humorous. You know exactly what to do. The benefit of experience. A time for your career rather than relationships. I'm going to pull the next two cards and then I will go back and read out of the book a little bit. The next card is the two queens. Queen of Ariel, mature, practical, generous, and happy. So these could be talking about you. Nurture yourself and those you love. The ability to make anything more beautiful, practical, and wise advice. Then the two of Ariel, so you have Ariel twice. It's important to have balance, working multiple jobs or projects at once, making work fun. Okay, so the Queen of Michael. Let me find her in the book real quick. Right here. Okay, the Queen of Michael, you know exactly what to do. Past experiences have prepared you perfectly for the situation you find yourself in. Wisdom blended with humor makes the task easy to accomplish. Give others credit for good intentions rather than perfect actions. This is the time in life for advancing your career and getting things done rather than engaging in romantic relationships. A person who has both a brilliant mind and a great sense of humor. Someone who has a varied and broad experience in life. Perceptive, courageous, analytical, cool, calm, and collected. Additional meanings of this card: a faithful friend, wise counsel, feng shui. Then we have the Queen of Ariel. Nurture yourself and those you love. There is a need for quality time with the people you care about the most. Practical and wise advice should be freely offered or accepted. You may see truth clearly when those around you don't. You excel at taking care of others, but don't forget to take care of yourself. You have the gift of being able to make anything more beautiful. A person who is giving and generous, someone who always knows the right thing to do and helps out happily. An admirer of luxurious items, mature, practical, warm, and kind. Additional meanings: the balance between function and beauty. A big heart, a talented gardener. So both the Queen of Michael and the Queen of Ariel, they're both describing how some of you may be characteristic-wise. And then we have the two of Ariel. And again, it talks about balance. It's important to have balance. You may be working multiple jobs or have several projects going on at once. Reconsider your to-do list. Is it really necessary to accomplish it all? The key to managing stress is to think of ways to make your situation more fun. Look at life in a playful way. You may be having challenges, balancing your budget. Be cautious of juggling your finances in a way that causes long-term difficulties. Career changes should be looked at carefully, and decisions made slowly and logically. Additional meanings: going with the flow, making it look easy, the ability to get by on little money. So you may not have too much right now that you're getting by on, or some of you may be having money issues. It's just basically telling you to keep your budget on the lookout. And also career changes and big decisions should definitely be something that's not rushed into at this time. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear these cards out of the way. Okay, now I'm going to pull from Alan Dugan's Witch's Tarot Companion. If I can get the cards up. Okay, I'm going to shuffle them, cut the deck, and pick the top three. And I also may do a couple clarifying cards too. Okay, so the first card you have out is the Nine of Cups. Cups is water energy. So a lot to do with emotions, intuition, psychic abilities. You could be a water sign, you could be a Cancer, Pisces, or Aquarius. And the Nine of Cups is about hosting a party. That's why she's got all the cups in front of her. And fruit. Fruit is also about abundance and gifts that may be coming your way, being abundant. And yeah, you may be having a party that you're hosting or a get-together that you're hosting. Next, you have the King of Cups. So some more water energy, maybe Pisces, Aquarius, Cancer. The King of Cups, again, is all about emotions, psychic abilities. Okay, so the lesson from the King of Cups comes from looking within. Temper your counsel of others with compassion and affection. Read some of the meanings out of the book for you. It could be a mature, wise man who is well versed in the craft. This card represents an individual who is artistic, intuitive, creative, and passionate. Physically, he has dark blonde to light brown hair with a touch of gray and blue or green eyes. He is a good friend, of a loving and attentive husband, a devoted father. The King of Cups gives good, solid advice when asked. This card can represent a quiet man who keeps his emotions to himself, but who can be moody. however deeply emotional, and he has tough outer shell to disguise the soft and loving interior. He often sees what most people would prefer to keep hidden. This card represents an individual who is an excellent mediator, psychically talented, and strong and fair. So, and water and air are both associated with this suit. So, and I'm sorry, I kept saying Aquarius. You could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. I don't know why I kept saying Aquarius. I'm thinking aqua, water. Okay, anyway. So that could be somebody that you know, or your person, if that resonates with anybody, or somebody that's passed on even. Then we have, the Page of Swords. Swords is air energy. Okay, 1 second. So, he's got a hawk on his necklace. I noticed that. Birds are often messengers of passed on ones. They leave messages. Sometimes when you find feathers, they're just, they look over and they help send messages to us from passed on loved ones. The air element represents communication and connecting to spirit or whoever you believe in, and high communication levels at this time. It can also mean that you need to think quickly and act decisively, but keep your temper in check. Be on guard for trouble or conflict, but you should use your wit, not your brute force. You do have the ability to quickly put an end to nonsense and petty arguments with either quick actions or a few well-chosen words. This card may physically represent an intense, impulsive, and active young person with brown hair and green or hazel eyes. Yeah, and the hawk symbolizes messages, and when it appears in your life, it's always a sign from deities or spirits and guides to pay attention to what is going on around you. The message from the Page of Swords is caution, cleverness, and tact are needed at this time. Try for tact before you take a swipe at your opponent. So yeah, and with the air element, you could be a Libra, a Gemini. What's the third one? One second. Aquarius, that would be the Aquarius one. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Okay. Also, fairies are also associated with the air element. Swords are also about perception, and birds also symbolize being able to fly high and see things with a new perspective. So you could just need a new perception on things, as well as communication and receiving messages. You could be hearing things or getting feelings lately some of you. They're not to be ignored. They are messages coming through for you and people trying to get your attention. That may not resonate for all of you, but some of you it will. So I'm going to pull some clarifier cards. So we know there's a gathering. You could be psychic, or your person that you know could be a water sign and could be psychic, and have abilities as well, and highly intuitive. And you have messages coming through. Okay, that one just flew out. Then you've got the High Priestess, which is also about very highly intuitive psychic abilities. It can also be about hidden knowledge. She's got a black cat next to her also. So you could have passed on animals around you, or pets that are, or animal guides that are trying to relay messages to you or get in touch with you. And there could be things that you don't know yet, that until you get that new perception with the Page of Swords, something may remain hidden to you. You want to take a step back and look. Okay, the Six of Pentacles is all about giving and receiving. Notice how he's dropping the coins. It either looks like he's dropping the coins to the children or he's taking them. It's about, well, Pentacles first off is earth energy, so you could be an earth sign. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, I believe. Could be totally off with that one. I know Capricorn for sure. But anyway, it's about getting a gift maybe headed your way, or abundance, and it's about giving back as much as you get, or not as much, but at least giving back, and not being greedy. And by doing that, it will return to you eventually. Then we have the Knight of Swords. So some more swords action right under the Page of Swords. The Knight of Swords is more air energy, and is definitely a person who's about ready to take action. They want you to take action. Okay, so this card, pretty much to sum it all up, it's the No Fear card. Notice how he's on his horse. He's going in full speed ahead with no fear. It represents excitement, movement, and adventure. There is a need for action, and it's time for you to dive in and be the hero. This card represents a passionate and exciting young man with brown hair or gray or hazel eyes. This is an individual who is clever and capable in a crisis. He is shrewd and dynamic and possesses a razor-sharp wit. He may be a bit arrogant, but it is all a part of his charm. This is the card of the soldier and the warrior. The Knight of Swords will roar into your life, bringing exploration, communication, new ideas, and change. The challenge from the Knight of Swords is to stand up for yourself and your beliefs. Rapid movement and transformation is blowing your way. Hang on and enjoy the ride. Okay, so I'm going to pull from The Wild Unknown by Kim Kranz. Got these. Sorry about the setup. Like I said, it's a little bit harder for me to shuffle the cards on camera and shuffle the way I usually do. Wow. More swords energy, the Ace of Swords, which is definitely communication and connection to spirit and beyond. More air energy. Let's see. Okay, the Ace of Swords is the most potent and pure form of masculine element of air. It wants you to be put on notice that it's time to take action, which you just got the Knight of Swords, which is all about action. It's all about intellect, heroism, victory, justice, achievement, new beginnings, and winning battles. Another of this card's most important lessons is that now you have the chance for a new way of thinking. Cut through the fantasy and embrace what is. The truth hurts, but sometimes it can also heal and make room for a new, improved reality. Success is attainable. Victory is near. Go grab a hold of it with both hands. So, yeah. Like I said, with the High Priestess card, there may be something that you're not seeing clearly until you have a different viewpoint on it and perception. And that's verified by the Ace of Swords here. And it's about victory and awareness. Okay. Then we have the Hierophant. I love this card. Hierophant is like the teacher, looking for spiritual guidance, looking for deeper knowledge. Let's see. One second. Mentor seeking knowledge. In simplest form, the Hierophant represents a mentor or teacher. This card signifies a hunger for knowledge, whether it is in practical or spiritual realm. You've come as far as you can on your own. Now it's the time to deepen your practice. Don't hesitate. Join a class. Go to a workshop. Don't be afraid of new experiences. A new ceremony or ritual may prove to be both comforting and rewarding. Open your heart and your teacher will soon appear. Love that card. And wow. Okay, so then you've got the Emperor, who's definitely about taking charge, being in control. The Emperor also represents Aries in the zodiac when you use the Significator card. One second. Protection, stability, the Father. So this could be like somebody that you know. Again, like kind of like the King of Cups. He's the Tarot's perfect counterpart to the Empress. He represents the side of you that's protective, decisive, and truly stable. He brings clarity of mind, and this in turn leads to actions or decisions. Okay, sometimes this card is literal.